Wait, I don't know Spanish. No, I got it. I'm teasing.
Wait, what's Spanish for 911?
Somebody dial IXII.
Yeah, the Romans had a way harder job dialing 911 than we did.
Yeah, the Romans in ancient Roman times, they had a really hard time dialing 911.
It was really tough for them. I think I need to add that to our quote bot. I'm up to 3 quotes and we just went live.
Outside your house.
Harder time calling 911 than we do.
For the game, put down Patreon content.
Yeah, I guess so. That's the Patreon content that people come to see. Wait, I should put some music on since it's just the loading.
I say, are we live yet?
We're live. I mean, it's just the little loading screens, but yeah, we're live.
Okay.
We live.
If I were putting the timestamps on this, I would put it at exactly 1 second. I'd just put in all caps Romans.
Well, that's
19 says. That's a church camp.
This week you definitely will be doing the timestamps on this one, Cleo. So you can do that.
Yeah, I will.
Fine.
If you're watching this on YouTube, it's going to say Romans all caps. I can't take that back now. If I think of a better idea, I can't.
You can't. There's no going back.
No going back.
I just realized
Too late, baby. Now.
what's going to be awesome this week is when people look, like, if they look at the YouTube video, like, I'm not here. So it's just going to, I'll put like a picture or something on that channel. So it'll just be like a smiling still frame of me when I talk. Like when you're in a Zoom call and the one person can't get their webcam to turn on.
Pixel arc.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, let's do that. I'll do that. The DM pixel art.
Just like the time we had Jake on stream. Do you remember that?
Boomer Jake.
Oh, yeah. I loved when I was on stream.
That was so long ago.
That time that I was on stream.
Yeah, that one time. That was good.
No, okay, you know what I mean, though.
I do.
It's good to have you back on stream again.
Yeah.
Thank you. Did you guys stream last week, or did you guys just record stuff?
No, we were just working last week. There were only 3 of us, so it was kind of like, because we didn't have
Just
Washi.
the 3 of us.
I was in the northern parts of Minnesota at the headwaters of the Mississippi River.
The northern parts of the north.
Whoa.
Yeah. I was kayaking
I know
and fishing
somebody
and swimming.
who was at the opposite end of that river.
The opposite end
Gulf
of the
of Mexico?
north. The southern parts of the north.
the tail waters.
Well, yeah, all the way down in the Gulf.
Yeah.
We'll head down to Mexico.
Now I have to double check. I'm thinking of my right geography. If I know
I'm
my
wearing my hat, which I guess the people can't see yet, but I have
The people.
Give the people what they want, Jake.
I will when it turns when the stream changes.
The people
We need the
have
hat
spoken.
edit.
It's my Itasca State
cut.
Park. Itasca State Park hat, which is where the Lake Itasca is where the headwaters are.
I was a little off, but not too far off. I was probably off by about 30 miles, but almost the exact opposite end of you.
That's
river
cool.
wise.
How many shins is that?
A lot.
I'm going to be
Here, wait, I got you. Yep. And we get the answer of 158,400 shins.
Nice.
It's a lot of shins.
It is.
Quick math.
What would be the next unit of measure up after shin?
Yeah.
Moles.
Leg.
Moles!
Moles is funny.
Because it's an actual unit of measurement, but very different.
But this
from
is
what we're using
yeah.
it. But that doesn't actually make sense, because isn't like a mole like only like a couple...
A mole is a measurement of mass, is it not?
No. Sorry. Yes, mole is a measure of mass, like molecular. But I'm thinking like dirt folk. They're not that tall. Like much bigger than like I think a couple shins, right? What would
I
it say?
think they're like 3 shins tall.
They're not
They're
3
big-
shins tall.
They're big on the inside though, like molecules.
Actually, I could see a tall dirt folk being three shins tall. Is that
Fox
right?
literally was a tall dirt folk for a while.
That's true. That's a mole then. There we go.
There you go. 3 shins is a mole.
3 shins is a mole. Now canon. This is now canon.
While Josh is away, we make up canon.
The best part is like moles are actually just like little creatures because the dirt folk don't, distinguish themselves as animals. I mean, come on.
I guess that's true.
I'm just sorry. I just think about the absurdity of the DM's away quick. Make up as much lore as you can.
That is pretty funny.
Just like quick.
DM's asleep. Post lore.
I'm not asleep. I was just going upstairs to do something. What's up? What did I miss?
We were just making up as much lore as possible while you were away.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So now I'll get a little recap.
Yeah. 3 shins is a mole.
What?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, like
That's it.
that's like another unit of measure. Like instead of a yard, there's a mole.
You guessed correctly. Yes.
I respect it.
On another note,
Yes.
We're successful.
Which governing body is actually making these like canon wise? Like
I am the governing body.
You are the governing body.
Yes.
Josh Hughes exists in this world.
I have the body of a governor.
I'm just the only remaining god who still has their godhood. All the other gods stepped down to become mere mortals in this universe.
Oh, I get it, because the pixel art still has your hood up.
No, because Dawn of Worlds. And then you were players, but I'm still not. And maybe I have a little bit of a power complex.
it's possible.
Just a little bit itty witty.
Itty Witty.
Itty Witty.
It's like when someone's just like a little bit.
That's your
quick
rapper
thinking.
name.
They're like just a little quick thinking. They're Itty Witty.
Little itty witty.
You're somewhat funny and quick on your feet.
Yeah.
Itty Witty.
You're somewhat those things.
Somewhat.
Moderately humorous.
People have called me that.
That was my nickname in
I was
high
trying
school.
to think of something else that would go with itty witty, but moderately humorous, and I couldn't. So
Classic
just
children's
know
book,
that
The Itty Witty Spider.
There's a whole book.
there's a whole
I thought it was
book.
just a rhyme.
It's a
whole
trilogy.
book?
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's part of a cinematic universe, like the nursery rhyme
actually,
cinematic universe, the NRCU.
The little golden book cinematic universe.
It's considered reading at 11th grade level. Junior level.
I remember when I was in 4th grade, and I was really proud of the fact that I was at 8th grade reading level.
Nice.
Aren't we all? I feel like that
I'm glad
was
I'm
like
still there. I'm proud of it.
the biggest I don't know, maybe this is colored by me being a child at the time, but it felt like a lie, right? Where it was just like wow, Timmy, you're reading at a 8th grade reading level, and I'm like, because I can read.
To me, I didn't feel like it was a lie. I was very proud of it because I could distinctly tell that I was reading books that were like I was reading like fantasy books in 4th grade that like my contemporaries were not. Besides like my other friends who were also really big nerds.
Were you reading like A.W. Tozer or something like that?
I know I was reading Terry Brooks, like the Shannara and Landover books.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make it sound like it wasn't harder reading. I just feel like
no. I just was like a really big nerd
arbitrary.
as a kid. No, it is pretty arbitrary, and it kind of gets. In some ways, I think it can be a negative thing to like put too much emphasis on like, wow, you're so smart. I hope this doesn't come back and create pressure for you later in life that you consider yourself and put your self-worth in how smart you are. Like,
Bug in
represent.
the chat. What's up?
I represent that mood 100%. That didn't fail me at all at college.
I know.
The ultimate mood representative.
College?
Oh,
No,
College,
Cleo.
yes.
Cleo is the ultimate
I am a mood
representative.
I have become mood.
Cleo is the Lorax of emotions.
Detroit become mood.
And Detroit become mood.
I mean, to be fair, Detroit is a mood.
Oh my god. No, I need to play that game now. I need to become mood. Oh my god.
This is my segue. Speaking of video games, I bought a PS5
I'll
today.
put you on screen here.
Oh,
Nice.
What? Wow.
Yeah, I found
nice.
one.
I know Amazon had them in stock.
Oh,
Wait, are
Yeah.
they still having issues?
Yeah, they have been since they came out.
Dang.
There's a brief period of non-shortage right now, but I got one because they have recently announced and the release date for and shown a lot of gameplay from the next Spider-Man game that's going to be a PS5 exclusive. And I was like, okay, I know I'm going to want to play this because I've played the previous two, and I love them. And Spider-Man's my favorite character of all time.
Is it
Spider-Man's
still
a
like
good
a chip
character.
issue? Like, is it a supply issue?
For the
with
supply?
PS5?
I think so.
The chip issue's been hitting Pringles pretty hard too.
Yes. But also, like, the PS5
Okay,
just sells really well. Like, it's a chip issue combined with it selling better than, like, the Xbox. So, like, the Xbox current gen stuff has not had any stock issues because
Yeah.
it's not selling very well.
So it's a mix of they can only make so many versus super high demand where other places just don't have the same demand. I'll also say, speaking of video games and consoles, I just spent how much does a PS5 cost these days?
It's like $800.
500. It costs 500, and I also spent a little bit of more money. I spent 200 on a nice scuffed controller for it because I'm going to be playing shooters on it, and I like having a custom controller for that. But
Oh, it's the tuna,
Okay.
the tuna fish controller.
The tuna controls
yes,
Yeah.
controls tuna.
Wow, way to bring it full circle to something that wasn't like
That
the
is a
chat
full
wasn't
circle.
here
That-
for. That was an interesting circle into the Patreon content there.
Don't worry about it, chat.
Chat, my camera's not on tonight because my cameras are all packed because I'm filming a wedding tomorrow. So I'm just here in spirit.
So I was going to say the only reason why I brought that up was because I think I spent the equivalent amount of money on a lot less enjoyment.
which is
I
Moccasins,
got
a second set of moccasins.
No, I did not. No. I did it today, earlier today. I bought those Vive trackers, the Vive
Yeah.
3.0.
yeah.
Because I realized they're compatible with the Valve Index, and I have the Valve Index. Mm-hmm. I was like, man, wouldn't it just be cool? And I checked my bank account. My bank account's like, I mean, you could do it. I was like, yeah,
That was me
I
with
could
the
do
PS5 as well. Yep.
it. Yeah, yeah. I was like, you could do it.
Yep.
What did they do?
So they just allow you to do more body tracking. So I got
They had extra tracking points.
This is like really epic
Right.
music. What's a good chat? What genre of music should I put on in the background? This is like, I don't know. This feels a bit much. At least for right now.
Oh,
Tonight, is,
epicness. Yeah, don't
yeah,
expect
tonight's
that.
kind of like a chill, like groundwork hangout session. We're kind of putting some pieces in place to get the next arc of our story started, and we're working on the recaps for the last arc of our story for people who might want to jump in the middle.
Josh,
So yes,
I know how to like keep people retained and watching.
ooh, is it just having your face here? Because that keeps me retained
No.
and watching.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
You put on like Subway Surfer on the top left corner, but like really
yes.
small, and then on
Family
the
Guy
top
clips at the bottom.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. There you go.
What goes at the bottom? Sorry, I missed it.
With no audio
Family
though.
Guy clips.
Yeah,
No
Family
audio.
Guy clips.
With
no audio. Yeah.
That'll be great
put
for
closed
hiding
captions.
the copyright when we infringe on our own copyright. We'll also change the scale and pitch ourselves up like one semitone, so
Yes,
that we can
we can do
defeat
that.
YouTube's
a
copyright
little
ID
bloom effect.
on
A little
ourselves.
bloom effect.
Yeah.
Has that been an issue?
No, that's what people do with like old TV shows and cartoons and stuff.
Yeah.
Like to post them on YouTube is they'll put like the logo over one half of the screen and then they'll pitch shift it. So
Oh, yeah, yeah,
they're
yeah,
like
yeah.
trying to make it unrecognizable, but then
Yeah.
it's unrecognizable. So why would you watch it?
It's
And
the
then
modern
there's-
version
don't
of watching
forget,
cable without a scrambler.
The mirror, right? Like you watch it with when it's mirrored. Have you ever seen those?
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
when something is mirrored.
No,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes,
Sure.
Yeah.
I've seen things that.
Just watch a mirror.
Just watch a mirror.
Are you like
You
sitting
know,
on
like
your,
when you watch yourself in the mirror?
It sounds like what my dog does.
are you like watching YouTube on your phone, like sitting on your bathroom sink with it up to the mirror so that it's like pointed the right direction.
So that way the YouTube copyright doesn't trigger.
right.
Doesn't infringe on you.
DRM bathroom mirrors. Get out of here.
One random thing about the Vive trackers, real quick. Those are super cool. I use them for a virtual production class to like put on a cinema camera for like to use an LED wall, which was really neat. It's kind of the jank way of doing it, but it is a way that you can do it. Sorry, that was a random thing I had in my head.
No, that's all good. I was like, damn, that's like $400. Damn.
Do you use your index a lot?
I've been using it more recently.
Okay. Well, then it's worth it.
Beat Saber
And
or
so-
Super Hot?
Neither actually.
What is
Super
that game
Hot,
called
I feel like
that you showed me that's awesome?
the one
talking
where
and nobody
the
explodes.
That I suck at.
yeah, Pistol Whip.
Yeah.
Oh, Pistol Whip is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pistol Whip is a lot of fun. They're about to drop an update to make it so you can make your own custom
Nice.
stuff, which is what it needs because there's only so many times you can listen to like the same tracks.
So like you can load in your own songs and stuff.
I think so. I don't know how like accessible it's going to be. If it's going to be like a separate thing you have to download,
How would
like
that go
developer
with,
tools.
like, copyright stuff? Like, could people just upload any audio file they have?
I don't see why not. If it's
As long as
like
you
custom
don't like
content.
distribute it with other people. Like if it's just for yourself, then sure.
I
Do
want to
what you
see
want.
one for the Roxanne where it's just rocks.
Rocks.
Anyway, I'm going to move on from this to what we're actually doing tonight. So I have three things that I think we could achieve tonight. I'm working on new graphics for the next arc that kind of fit the theme. Where we talked about new chat commands 2 weeks ago, so we could start putting those in place and messing with them and stuff like that. And third is we're working on our recaps for all of season 2. Season 2's got like 60 something episodes in it now, if you count the tavern talks as well. I think it's about 45 or 50 episodes of just story. So with that in mind, there's a lot to cover. So we broke it into arcs. We did this in a past tavern talk, and as people have had the availability, some of us have gotten a little further than others and whatever. So tonight's kind of like a catch-up night for some of us, and then others are polishing and putting pieces together. But the way that we decided to do it is the premise is that it starts out like the season 1 recap, where I start doing my whole like mysterious GM recap. And then that sounded like a radio ad, like Sunday. Anyway, so I start out doing a recap where I talk about like the world building and the gods and stuff like that. But then in the middle of it, Fox is just going to cut me off, be like, yeah, dude, but like my recap. And like, he'll just kind of take over and start telling the story. And we worked a little bit on what that transition could look like. So I thought the first thing we could do is maybe just try that handoff and see like from the other three of you and chat if it feels natural and good. And then kind of workshop from there. But we have all these different arcs. So I'm doing the first part, then there's Fox in character talking, then Xoth's going to talk in character for a bit, and so on and so forth. So it's just kind of figuring out how are we going to hand off each section to each other. And they're just short little recaps, a couple paragraphs type things. So anyway, with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and read my little like set the stage thing here. And you all, I think, should have this script in front of. I mean, you don't have to read my script, but you should have this Notion doc in front of you that we're working off of here. Not sponsored. And then whenever you want, Cleo, you can just like take over and continue on with the Fox stuff. Sound good?
Yes.
No.
I'm trying to open the Notion doc.
Yeah, I'm looking for
It
that
does
one.
not sound good. It sounds amazing.
It's been shared with all of your actual Notion accounts. So if you just sign into Notion on the left side of your screen, you should be able to get to it. Like where
On
all
the left side of
pages
your
are.
screen.
Yeah.
Not for you, chat.
This
though.
is not
the left side of your screen.
Bear with us here while I guide the crew through Notion. Actually, while they're pulling that up, I'll show you the overlay ideas I have. So this would be like our kind of banter and tavern talk screen, and if you can imagine me having a camera, it would be up there. And then I also had one for like adventuring in the wilderness that looked like this that I thought was kind of fun. Got kind of a little in the wild theme. And then we need one that looks like you're underground or in a dirt tunnel type thing because you're going to the Hemetetian city. And I haven't made that one yet. Oh, here's something cool. Let's do this first while you all pull up your Notion docs. This isn't something new. This is something old that I'm so excited is back. It's our bumper.
Sinir, Gontos, Kotix, Awara. Long ago, the four ancients created a world in harmony. Then, everything changed when the chat emped magic. Only Kelnor, master of good vibes, could stop them, but when the world needed him most, he vanished. 2 years have passed, and 4 adventurers have discovered a conspiracy, a company selling magic. And although their roleplay is great, they have a lot of XP to earn before they're ready to save anyone. But I believe they can save the world.
Yeah, anyway, I like that. I'm so excited to have it back.
Hey, I'm Wash. I played Jebediah Peppermint. He's a little molefolk wizard who spits fire and fires spit.
He's even back. like he exists again and stuff. That's cool. We might hear about that in our recaps, maybe. I guess we should very briefly introduce ourselves in case anyone joins us who is not a regular of the channel. I'm Josh, the disembodied voice of the Game Master for the evening. Everyone else can.
I'm Cleo. I play Fox. I play a voice of Fox. I'm also a disembodied voice if you think about it, because Fox, is not attached to my face necessarily. Anyway, I don't know where it's going with this bit. I'm a rogue changeling. On to the next.
Hey, I'm Wash. I am attached to my face. I played Jebediah Peppermint amongst other people. I also
Jake.
like to come in right before Jake.
I'm Jake, and I am me, and I am an embodied voice of Owlin, the barbarian artificer, Azamar. And I also am I am ambidextrous, not with writing, but with other things, some things.
I mean, but not like with stuff. Like I can't do things with both hands, but like I'm
selective ambidexterity.
All that to say, I also voiced Gunnar in the previous arc that we just did. Sorry, done. Gosh.
Hello, I'm Trevor. I currently do not have a permanent member of the party. So yeah, I'm characterless. Help me find my character.
Who were you before?
I was Bruiser.
And who were you before that?
I was Zothka.
There you go.
We found him in the end. We got there. Okay, I'm gonna start this recap, and Fox is gonna take over, and we'll see if it feels good and helps get the point across here. It has been nearly 4 years since the catastrophe that came to be known as the Darkening stripped magic from the world of Urida, severing the ties between mortal and god and killing hundreds of thousands of innocent creatures. Airborne monuments fell, underwater cities lost their air, and the silence of the gods lay thick across the land like a dense fog. Stranger still, the avatars, mouthpieces of each deity, gifted with their own divine energy, seemed also to have vanished. The power vacuum they left behind was filled by a technology guild called the Bright World Company 2 years later when they discovered a new material, sacrium, in their Underdark mines. Sacrium possessed magical properties that could be refined to create a sort of replacement magic. For all history, magic had functioned when a creature gained some level of influence over the invisible strings of energy connecting all living things known as the weave, but sacrium was the inverse. A concentration of energy that could very briefly be converted into its own sort of microweave. The devices that made these conversions were dubbed ciphers, and with some timely investments by Sir Topham Sav, the wealthy owner of the Summit Banking Guild, they made it into the mainstream. Rather than carrying around the raw sacrium as powder, which proved to be somewhat volatile, it was converted into a currency known as Wingle Digits. Wingle Digits could be used as payment or inserted into ciphers to trigger the magic held within. Just as Wingle Digits began reaching mass adoption as the primary currency of the land, 4 unlikely creatures crossed paths. Owlin, the barbarian artificer, Jebediah the wizard, Zothkug the cleric, and Fox the rogue each had their own reasons for adventuring. They found common purpose when, through Zothkug, they received a vision from the lost avatars, a warning that the Darkening, far from a natural disaster, was manufactured. As they investigated, it became clear that the darkening was caused by a race of ancient creatures known as the Aboleths, immortal beings with infinite memories, hell-bent on dethroning the gods and replacing them. The Bright World Company, the Summit Banking Guild, these were pawns in the larger schemes of the Aboleths. And the reason the avatars vanished was that these same Aboleths had imprisoned them. To fight back, the party formed the adventuring guild Four Guys, Adventures, and Vibes and dove into the secret lair of the Aboleths beneath the city of Tumbleweb. Unfortunately, they weren't strong enough to defeat the ancients and barely escaped with their lives. Knowing what they were up against and having tipped their hand with a premature attack, Four Guys, Adventures, and Vibes established 2 goals. Find the 7 pieces of the legendary Rod of 7 Parts and rescue the avatars who could show them how to use it to destroy the Aboleths once and for all. Satonia, avatar of the nature god Khotix, was the first they made contact with. She had managed to escape, greatly weakened, on her own and hid herself away. Kay, the avatar of hospitality god Kelnor, remains a mystery, lost on his party airship somewhere amongst the skies, we suppose. Do Bumblefoot, the avatar of the god of order, Zanir, was trapped in the south. Lerodith, avatar of the trade and innovation goddess Awara, was suspended in the Umbral Sea. Garlel, the avatar of the chaos god Gonteus, was imprisoned in the rubble of the floating library he once tended.
You know, Garlo? Yeah. First avatar we ever saved, right? Yeah, and it's a good time. Oh, how? Well, we, tracked him down, dispatched some guards, saved him from certain destruction in the nick of time. Oh, you want to know more? All right. All right, listen. Let's Fox tell you about how we saved Garlyle, all right? Now, I think it all started when we first arrived in the Dwarven lands. We had spent the last 9 months evading the authorities of Tumbleweb, trying to figure out what to do, and letting Jeb attune to the broader intelligence. On our first day within the Dwarven lands, we had a warm welcome. From the local thieves, of course. They stood no chance. And I'm sorry, I need to stop.
What?
My brain just short-circuited on reading this. And I was
That's okay.
struggling.
How was the transition, though? Did it feel natural to you guys? Does that make sense?
Okay. Until you said how was the transition, did it feel natural to you guys? It seemed like I was like, there's a chance that they still scripted this part,
Like this
and
is
the
part of the
idea
bit?
was that Fox was like, I'm sorry, I'm bad at recapping, and the narrator was like, no, it's okay, you're doing great.
No, that wasn't part of the bit.
Oh, it is now.
Yeah, it is
But
now.
it could be.
I was thinking we also should, in the very beginning, when I say the character names, when I'm like Owlin, the Barbarian Artificer, each of you should oh, that's me. Like your little character jumps in and says hello or something. I think that would be kind of fun.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah, just like that.
Can we, if we could sync it so we all say it at the same exact time, just be like, hello.
Hello.
All as one.
Yeah.
Say hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
You didn't even do the. I thought you were going to do the bit.
Hi, guy
I was setting you up,
56.
and it didn't even happen.
It's really hard, okay?
Yeah. So the next piece after Fox is the Macarc, and that one I think. Oh, looks like that one's being told by Jeb. So Wash hasn't had a chance to write his yet. So let's take a look at. I know Xoth or Trevor, you've been working on yours, right? Oh, okay. That's fine. So
That's the clan Lupus arc.
So we have all these different arcs.
Also, there's a section at the bottom of mine where the one where Zothko attunes the rod that's not in Alan's section, but it says possibly told by Alan.
Oh, I just figured since Xoth was doing, so it's part of this arc, but I figured since Xoth was the one doing it, it might make more sense to have someone else tell the story, but it doesn't really matter. I just thought that one, because Owlin had kind of some strong feelings about it.
Yeah.
It seemed like a good one to maybe have Owlin do.
Okay.
What do you think, Jake?
I think that was the most narratively interesting to me.
Okay. Yeah, then let's do it. Let's have it.
And especially, it leads right into the Lerodith arc anyway. Is that the last one in that one anyway?
It's the last one in that arc, and then the Lerodith arc starts. Chat, do you want me to screen share with you this recap thing so you can see what we're looking at? I thought it would be boring to look at, but it's probably more boring to look at nothing, isn't it?
Wow. Our collective faces equal
Hey, it's
nothing.
me. I'm nothing.
They can see your faces. I shouldn't have said that was nothing. That was very insulting of me. I apologize. Let me find some.
No, it's
funny
actually all
music
our
to smooth it
faces
over.
represent different attributes. When combined, are so volatile that they cancel each other out to make nothing.
Yes.
I hate being combined.
Yes.
What your
You know,
different
it
faces
just-
representing attributes? Is this like the elements, like water, fire, earth, and air?
Yes.
Yeah.
I claim water.
Whenever you mix, water with some earth, you get some mud, right? And then what you do is you torch it with a flamethrower, which is a mix of fire and air, and it doesn't exist. And that's
Yes.
why I explained to the police why they can't charge me for setting the house on fire. But we're still trying to work that argument out in court. So
Music. I just put on some random music, but it was so funny to hear it accompany. I know you guys can't hear it through Discord for this one. It's like mariachi music behind you going like, so this is how you make a flamethrower. It's just like little mariachi horns going.
oh my goodness.
Amazing.
Okay, so I'm gonna screen share all this for you, chat, so you can be, because their faces are so boring. So I don't want you to be bored by just their faces.
It's pronounced sobering. My face is sobering.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's better. If you had a face that sobers people up, I feel like that's worse than boring. I'm just
You know
saying.
what people love being described as is sobering. That's a very positive attribute. Yeah, that's the facial attribute that Wash brings to the table.
That's right. Not Jebediah Peppermint. Wash.
Yeah.
With the 4 elements, sobering. I didn't think this far ahead.
We have listed at least one of the elements.
You guys are ridiculous. All right, I'm just going to drop this in here and we're going to see if it looks at all readable. Boom.
It's a non-zero number of elements.
There we go. That's
We
big
know at
enough to
least
see,
one.
right? That's so small. Hang on. Well,
Yeah, can you if you could blow up the text though, so can you
you want me to zoom in?
yeah,
Zoom in, enhance.
zoom.
Yes. Enhance.
If I could get closer to my camera, I would.
Your camera? You mean the screen? You need to be closer to the screen to read it.
Oh, you're not supposed to read this through Discord. You should pull it up on your own.
I'm not.
This is not for you. Okay, good.
I'm reading it through Twitch.
If you have it in full screen, it's perfectly readable.
Why didn't you pull it up on your own
If you open up
browser?
the stream on like a
Because
32-inch monitor, it's fine.
I do have it open in my own browser.
Okay.
I have it
Well,
open
okay.
through Twitch.
Whatever you say. The guy says some writing to do. I have one here that I thought would be a good one for the Myconid to do, and also because we've had 2 arcs since the last time we worked on this. So I took one of them. So here are the episodes in there. I might work on that, just talk through it with everybody while you guys are working, and then we'll come back and check in on progress.
The DARC ARC.
Dark arc.
What's the DARC ARC?
The DARC ARC?
Oh,
Yeah,
the DARC ARC.
It's when,
DARC
when
ARC
stuff gets real
rises.
bad,
Yeah, you're right.
So it's
it is
dark.
the DARC
Is
ARC.
there a better name for that though? Because you're right that dark is the least
The bad arc.
descriptive name. The bad arc. I mean, you could.
The Badark.
What is
I'm not
is
calling
there a
it the
technical?
Badark.
Is there a technical
The
term
Badarkadark.
for like?
Shake that Badarkadark. Yeah.
That was my hit song.
Oh,
This is going great.
Yeah, we're being really productive.
The music behind it's really making it for me too. I know you guys can't hear it, but I'm excited that everyone else can. Here, I'll just put the
Okay.
chat there. Just you can just see the most recent.
I'll listen to my
chat
own music.
message.
Is there a technical term for the narrative structure where it's like, you know, like the darkest moment?
It's called the second act low in storytelling. Like it's in the 3 act structure at least.
Or Sal.
like
Well, I guess that
where-
would be a little foreshadowing if we called it the second act low, wouldn't it?
Yeah. It's the idea that like at the end of the second act of
You
a
could
story,
call- I
the
guess we could
heroes
just-
try a plan, but everything goes wrong, and it seems like there's no way for them to
We
win.
could just call it the Geim Arc. It pretty much all happens in Geim.
The Geim Arc.
The guy,
Geim
comma,
Arc.
Mark.
Mark!
Yeah, if you just scream at Mark, that would be the ideal way to do that. We don't have a Mark. to scream at.
Sean!
I'm going to call it Geim for now and move on so you can actually be working on your stuff, and I'm going to work on
Okay.
this. Okay, so, oh, interesting. When you do stuff, it like moves all of it for me. Love that. Okay, so the first episode of this is the one where Savage leaves, chat. And if you don't remember the one where Savage leaves, it takes place right after. Let's see what the last episode before it was called. The one where it didn't work. So we've just had our horrible news that Jeb is gone. Oh no, there's one more after that. Okay, yeah. So Jeb's gone. We've just made it to the city of Geim. The group is trying to regroup with Yathamaikanid and figure out their next steps, and then they get hit with this bombshell that like Geim is in the middle of a gang war, and Yathamaikanid has sort of turned his adventuring guild into Peaky Blinders. And they meet Radford. So in the one where Savage leaves, it's about everyone trying to figure out their next steps. So Savage like kind of exits stage left, like right in the beginning, and then we have Fox is trying to like reckon with the fact that he just lost his leg. He's been kind of like a downtime up until this point, or not contributing very much, and he sort of overcompensates and gets himself caught by some bad guys, by what were they called? The Red
Vipers?
Yeah, the Red Vipers. That's it. Fox gets nabbed by the Red Vipes. The Red Vipers.
The Red Vipers is what we call Twizzlers in Urida.
Ah, yes, that's true. Red Viper, the candy. Fox is just adding in that he's awesome. We also, I believe in this one, we see Radford and maybe Yathamaikanid negotiate a peace. I'm going to pull up my GM notes on a different screen so that you're not looking at them all. And make sure I have this right. Yeah, nice try. I let Cleo look at my GM notes for the recap that she did, but it's because it's so long ago now that I don't think any of them are relevant
it was
anymore.
old GM notes, and I didn't like move through all of his notes and check more recent
absolutely
stuff.
not. You wouldn't do that, right?
No,
I
would never.
You wouldn't download a car.
You wouldn't.
You wouldn't download a plot.
Yeah, that's right. You wouldn't download a plot. Okay, so
Good times.
so you have 3 objectives, right? So you're trying to get Lerodith safely to the royal palace for safekeeping, and Owlin takes that one on. And Owlin tries to get Lerodith to the palace for safekeeping. Savage needs to get out of Geim so that he can deliver a message to the king of Udril. And he's warning the king that like stuff is bad. We saved another avatar, but like they know, and we're pretty sure that there's an army marching towards your borders. So that's happening. And then we also need to move the Four Guys Ventures and Vibes location because we know they're going to attack. That's the last piece. And that one, I think, isn't that what Fox was doing? Yes, because Fox went to the Red Vipers because he was going to try and get them to move in. That's right. Fox lays a trap for them, and he does a really bad job explaining it. He rolled like a 6 to teach the villagers how to spring this trap. That's what happened. Gets nabbed by the Red Vipers while laying a trap for the Aboleths.
A 6 is good enough.
Owlin and Xoth.
Did they actually do anything?
Who? Does Fox?
Did the villagers actually ended up doing anything?
They came out after Xoth died. They were like, we're here to help.
Oh. Man.
What? You may not like it, but this is what peak writing looks like. Did you mean to
Excuse
write
me?
peak like when you look around the corner?
Uh-huh.
Okay. That's fine.
It's a pun.
A plus, because people are getting a peek into the writing process. Is that
It's
why?
peak writing.
I get it. Yeah.
That's right. It totally has nothing to do with my 8th grade reading level.
Yeah, of course not. Nothing to do with
Which is
that.
obviously awesome because 8th grade reading.
8th grade reading rebel.
I can't speak at an 8th grade reading level, but I'm working on it. Okay.
Oh, that's funny because it's capturing my browser, so you can see me when I write a quote in for our quote bot. 8th grade
Whoops.
reading level.
Yo, our bit rate is looking awesome.
Yeah, dude, we got a great bit rate. We're so committed to the bit right now. Okay. Alan and Radford.
And don't forget, chat, you can donate bits to increase our
right.
bit rate.
The more bits you donate, the
rate.
faster we'll make this recap. Totally. Okay.
We just get a flood of bits and we're like, no.
And then the long reticulator ride is basically Alan and Radford getting to know each other a little bit more. And while that's happening, and Fox relocate Four Guys HQ and move in the Red Vipers as bait for the Aboleths. On the ground level, Alan, Xoth, and Rad. Is Xoth down there? I can't remember what Xoth was doing. I think he did because he recognized the... Yeah, Xoth was there. Never mind. Alan, Xoth, and Radford have trouble getting into the palace. But while they're outside, Xoth recognizes some soul poisoning on a monster, and they basically like make friends with some of the like elite guards, who are called the Gemstone Guardians. In the one with the scouts, Alan is granted... No, Alan doesn't have his audience yet, does he? Alan, do you remember if Alan meets the queen before or after he chases some constructs up the walls? I think that's after, right? I think Jake might have deafened. That's okay. Where it's kind of funny seeing him just working though when I talk to him. Like just
Yo, he's in focus mode. He's
in
like,
the zone. This is the writing room. Like he's about to put together a whole skit for us. He doesn't
The
even know
writing
we're
room in the
talking.
tavern. I like it. New segment.
Yeah, new segment to replace the tavern within the tavern. Now it's the writing room in the tavern. A plus. Yes. So in the one with the scouts, we have two things that happen. I just don't remember the order, so I'm pulling up my notes to check on that too. Okay, they meet the queen first. So Alan earns an audience with the queen. That's where Cleo got to play that awful like Wigbert. That was his name.
Wigbert.
Yeah, Wigbert, the royal chamberlain, who was like, I need to find a comedian. You must find me a funny man. That was the price of an audience with the queen. They were like, we'll find you a funny person. We got one. Alan earns an audience with the queen by promising Fox will do a stand-up show. Xoth,
Which I
So sad
never
we didn't
did.
get to see that. Yeah, that'd have been great.
Radford-
Stand-up comedy with one leg.
Yeah.
You can't like the jokes write themselves.
Yeah, wouldn't have a leg to stand on. Radford wanders off to say hi to his friend FP62, only to realize it's actually a construct.
FP63. Dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun.
FP6. It's the exact next one. The serial numbers are off by one. It's an easy mistake to make. only to realize it's actually an attack of scout droids on the Forgav crew. And ask AI. Owlin and Radford do some dope anime wall running to catch and kill their scout droids. Owlin in particular does some like high altitude aerobics and winds up very, very briefly unconscious. But Radford wakes him back up. In the one where the rod fights back, 2 more droids attack the Forgav headquarters that Fox has set as bait. One of them kills Xoth-afide while Fox is trying to stop the other. And I don't think Fox even really accomplished anything. Like he didn't kill one. One of them got away. And one of them, I guess Fox did kill one.
I don't remember. Because I
Over to my session notes. This music is so fun.
I don't know.
Okay.
I remember chasing.
Back. That's right. And Owlin suffered a broken rib. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot about Owlin's broken rib for this next arc. Owlin needs like 20 days of long rest before his injury heals.
Good thing he was standing still for 6 months.
Yeah.
Josh,
Yes?
did the flashback to Owlin in the ALF tower happen before Garlow was freed or after?
Before. It was right when you arrived at the tower. It was narratively speaking, or I guess meta speak, it was a way for me to tell you what to expect inside the tower. So Owlin's looking at the top of it and he has this brief flashback vision of what the inside was like when he used to be there. And then we come back to the present and you dive in. Okay. Yes. So we have, where did my note go? I passed it somewhere. Here it is. Oh, wait, that's not it either.
Where did the notes go?
Yeah, I know.
What does the note say?
There it is. The Geim Arc.
No.
Radford wakes him back up. 2 more scout droids attack headquarters. One of them kills Xoth-afide. And Fox chases off the other one. And that's pretty much that whole episode. Like, there's some stuff happening on the ground level, but really all that's happening down there is Owlin finally speaks with the queen, whose name is Salen. And though it's a tense conversation, is able to convince her to agree to protect Lerodith while they continue journeying. And then in the one where Xoth hangs in the balance, the crew reunite over Xoth's dead body, literally, Xoth's dead body, and try to construct a machine that will facilitate a spell, a raised dead spell. They have 10 days, and they do their very best, but in the end, it's not enough. In the aftermath, Owlin feels... I don't know how Owlin feels. Owlin's got some feels, though. Which character? Yeah, this is Owlin's growth. In the aftermath, Owlin is forced to reckon... I see you waving. I'll be over there in just a second.
It's not for you, it's for Jake.
Oh, okay. That's okay. I like that you're using sign language. I wonder if he reads sign language. He's probably looking at his notes. Don't worry about it. I got it. Owlin is forced to reckon with his vision of himself as a leader, a role he's only just stepped into. by facing his first major failure. He resolves.
What's the spell called that is going to see or just like banish the Aboleths?
The Cataclysmic Ritual. CATACLYSMIC. Cataclysmic.
What if we've been lied to and the Aboleths are really just trying to like help us, right? And the Aboleths are always there to stop the
It's all
gods from
propaganda.
yeah. What if because it's in the name, the Cataclysmic Ritual, we're gonna cause a cataclysm.
You're gonna.
All right.
You're trying to rip something out of the fabric of reality. That sounds like a cataclysm to me.
Big gods want you to think that the Aboleths are out to get us.
Okay.
Okay.
Big God energy.
Yeah, big deity. Is that maybe the
Yeah.
the lobby?
Big celestial.
And then in the one where the founders part ways. In the one where the founders part ways, Fox, exhausted, maybe fatigued is a better word, fatigued by the failures of losing Jeb and then his leg, and then Xoth-afide decides he wants out of the main quest and assembles a crew to go after Jeb and try to rescue him. Owlin sits down. Owlin makes plans to go with Radford and try to rescue the last Avatar, do Bumblefoot.
Wait, so you're breaking down the bullet points even more and more before writing this out?
No, the arc that I'm doing didn't have bullet points yet. It hadn't happened last time we worked on the recap, so I'm making those bullet points.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
We didn't say this to Jake yet, but I think we should have Gunnar do No More Left Behind because I thought Gunnar. Like, I just think it'll be funny to have him tell the story and I'll constantly go, her.
In the elevator technician's voice.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Actually.
Well, we actually, it went up and we were trying to go down. That's why I wasn't supposed to do that.
Oh, you know how these things work.
Yeah, chat, if you haven't listened to those episodes, actually listen to them, I highly recommend. Maybe some of our best work is facilitating an environment where Gunnar can pretend to be an elevator maintenance guy. Mm-hmm. Okay, so... And then I guess we could put Owlin's attunement at the end of this. And attunes to the rod of 7 parts over 6 months of
Do you know what sucks?
work. That could probably go in there.
Vacuums.
Vacuums do suck. You're right. Black holes also.
True. I was also going to say razor burn, but those two count. I mean, I'm in severe discomfort right now.
This music is giving me big Pokemon vibes.
It's giving you Snorlax vibes?
I don't know if it's Snorlax. This feels like what you would hear in one of the the shopping centers or something. It's called Minuet in G Major. You should all be able to see it, I think, because I clicked over to that tab to see what it was called.
It was just the first big Pokemon that came to my mind.
Yeah, I'm listening to. I listened to the stream temporarily there.
Yeah,
It's definitely got that Pokemon vibe. That I don't know how many bits that is. How many bits is that?
well,
Is that
and then
8-bit?
and then 16, but 8 for that classic old Pokemon vibe. That's 8-bit.
Right. Okay.
Oh, and then we got this is Radford music here. We got some picking and grinning on the banjo. Okay, so I'm trying to think if You Have a Mic in It is the best voice for this arc, and I don't have all the answers.
As someone who's never played Donkey Kong Country, I feel like this gives me Donkey Kong Country.
I played Donkey Kong
vibes.
Country last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you
Was it
Cleo? What are you working
good?
on right now? I guess you haven't had anything
Dude,
to
I
work
love
on this whole
Donkey
time,
Kong
have
Country.
you?
I've been trying to remember. I got to reword mine a little bit.
Oh,
And I
okay.
have been working on that, but my mind easily hooks on on things, and so
No worries. I just wasn't sure. I was like, maybe instead of Gunnar, we have Fox do that last arc again. No Mole Left Behind. But I think it would be funnier to have Fox do it, or to have Gunnar do it.
The last arc is in
I can do the
captivity.
bullet points in it at least.
The galaxy.
In
Is
the
that
one where
piece?
Fox assembles a crew, this is the most recent arc, so this one's easy. In the one where Fox assembles a crew, Fox and a team of rogues head back to the Umbral Sea, where Jeb
With
was
a whip.
captured to look for clues. They steal back
whip and a
the cipher
You know what?
truck.
I just want to throw something out there.
What?
I'm really excited that, like, for our 20-year reunion or whatever, you
Yeah.
know, that we could all get together and spend, like, 15 Bitcoins and have AI scrub the entire podcast and all of the media around this and turn it into an anime automatically, and just like sit back and watch the anime of Winged Badger Tavern. I'm really excited for that.
You could try
I'll be
now
like
to
60.
Have, you could try
and
now to
that'll
have
be like,
generative
you know-
AI make a comic out of it. That could be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Make the panels for a comic.
Just be like, analyze this podcast and turn it into an anime. Por favor.
Yeah.
that would be groundbreaking. I think that would be the
That would
death.
be really cool.
I sadly think that would be like the death of entertainment for a bit. Of
I mean,
like
isn't
a certain,
there literally a writer's strike right now about that?
Yes.
No, yes, but that's. I'm thinking more just like, because like when you could just go be like, man, I want this piece of content right now, and then you could go get it right now.
I mean, all I'm saying is you don't need writers when you're playing D&D. You're kind of like the writer, you know.
Well, yeah, exactly.
D&D is
Like it's already
collaborative
written.
storytelling. That's the way that I've always described it.
But you know how like what did they put on Netflix? They did that Critical Role. I watched it.
It's pretty good.
You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about,
it's on
right?
Prime
I'm trying to
Video.
remember.
It's on Amazon Prime, not Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, is it okay? Well, what is it called?
The Legend of Vox
Legends of
Machina.
Vox Machina.
Yes, there we go. Like, imagine instead of having like that be produced right by a whole team of people, you could just be like, you'd be listening to your favorite D&D podcast over at Wing Badger Gaming, and you just listen to that, and you're like, man, I want this now, and you just be like, snap your fingers and bam.
Well, the fun part is like, you know, like the fans are talking and they're like, oh, do you listen to it live, or do you wait for the Monday anime release?
Ooh, true. And you know, I will say there's probably going to be an art to it where somebody's putting in just the right like prompt to get like the good anime out of it. So that's what you're waiting for, is the person who knows
30
the
Bitcoin
prompts.
for that one.
Yeah.
Why are you assuming Bitcoin is going to survive that long? We're going to be on to whatever the next one is by then, surely.
Coin. Yeah.
Yeah, coin.
15
Coin.
coins.
Yeah,
Wingle digits
obviously.
is the obvious.
Yeah, by that point, when
Why did
we're
my
like
brain go
huge
there?
superstars, yeah. of
Come on,
course.
guys. If sci-fi's taught me anything, it's the future currency is going to be credits. Okay.
That's true. It's a pretty universal descriptor as well.
Yeah. Just
Credit
credits.
coin.
Like, because you're just crediting an account, so it's like, of course, it's been credited. This is the credit. Like,
Yeah. Could you imagine if currency was actually just debt?
sci-fi currency was. I mean, I guess that's kind of what currency is now,
mean like
right?
the US
wow,
dollar?
this got really philosophical.
No, it's because
Like,
well,
'cause
okay.
as soon as we went to the electronic money system, like nobody really has money. Like you can't go to your bank and take out all the money in your bank account. They don't have that much money. So at some point,
It's
it's,
worth it
just
because
debt
we all
from
believe
somewhere
it's
else.
worth
And
it.
as long as we don't call it in all
Technically-
at once, the system won't collapse.
Technically, me and you, we can do that. All right.
It's the billionaires that can't.
Way to out me
the
as
people
broke.
with large sums of money. Yeah,
I didn't
You're
out
not
you
a
as broke.
billionaire?
You're
You're
just
not a billionaire?
Career just got ruined. I was gonna be someone.
You can still be someone. Prove me wrong.
I just
If you're not a billionaire,
Just
my
not
you're
super
broke.
wealthy.
My next step from there was to have to issue a YouTuber apology for something. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I was caught doing this thing that was bad.
I was caught being broke.
I'm sorry, I was caught being broke. I'd like to
The term is
apologize to all
financially
the rich
challenged.
people I offended by insinuating that I was one of them.
I identify as rich. Okay. All right. Wow. That is. We went on a whole journey.
That was a bit that literally I can never tell that story to anyone. Like, it will never be funny unless they were there. And it wasn't even that funny here, but like it was funny to me here.
I laughed.
What were the conversations with the king about that Jeb and the king talked about?
He talked about the kings of the past, and how there was like a lineage there. Oh wow!
I could go back and listen. I just thought maybe you had it off the top of your head.
My favorite part
one sentence
is when
to
the king
definitely
said,
include
"Oh wow."
is the when you walk with a rod in Udril, you never walk alone. Or when you carry a rod in Udril, you never walk alone, or something to that effect.
Because they're stalking you in the alleyways. It's all part of a conspiracy.
Spoken like a true fox.
Oh, Jake, are you back?
Jake, you write fast.
Sorry.
You don't need to be sorry. No, we just, at one point I was like, "Hey, Jake, what do you think?" And you were like nodding, so I thought you were gonna say something, but then you just like kept typing away, like doing your thing. I was like, "Oh, okay, I guess he's deafened."
Sorry, I should have said, "Hey, I'm deafening because I can't write when I'm hearing other things. I need to just write." So I apologize for not saying that. I just
we're very offended over here.
But I did write out a, I don't know, 4-paragraph essay, 4-paragraph summary.
Nice.
Trying to do it in Alan's voice, but yeah, I think it's something.
Let's see. Where's Alan's arc here? Alan.
It's at the very bottom
to like write in the voice of a different character. Like I can speak in Xoth's voice, but I find it very difficult to like switch to writing in that style.
Yeah, it can be.
I mean, you could just say it out loud and then write down what you said.
It's true.
Voice to text.
Do you want to try your Alan script and see how it feels?
Sure. And I guess we're just recording, so
I mean, technically this is a recording. I guess if this is it, if you nail it, then that's it. We'll need to figure out how to transition between them, but since we don't have all of them yet, anyway.
Yeah. So this is Alan's summary of the Lerodith arc.
We're off to a great start.
Lerodith arc, but beginning with actually Xoth's attunement thing. All right.
I'm going to go deaf so I can be cool like Jake.
Cool.
Okay. If you were to ask me where the cracks began to show in our plan, this would likely be where I would point you to. Xoth attempted to attune to the Rod of Wisdom, but only partially succeeded. He approached its tests with less wisdom and more the logic of solving a riddle, which resulted in less than desirable outcomes. The final judgment of the Rod. I've never read something in Alan's voice before. I've only just thought of things and said them. So this is a really weird feeling. I don't know if this actually sounds like Alan or not, but I'm trying.
You're fine.
I'll start at the beginning of this bullet point. Xoth attempted to attune to the Rod of Wisdom, but only partially succeeded. He approached its tests with less wisdom and more with the logic of solving a riddle, which resulted in some less than desirable outcomes. The final judgment of the Rod was given by his fellow party members who had been absorbed into the Rod with Xoth. After observing his performance, I objected to his attunement, which led the Rod to have adverse effects on Xoth in the following weeks. After the attunement was complete, I had no memory of Xoth's attunement tests or my objection to his performance. Following Xoth's attunement, we continued on to the Umbral Sea to save the Avatar trapped there and cause general mayhem to the Aboleths facilities. We infiltrated the fortress with the help of a bounty hunter named Savage, for whom we shared mutual enemies with. We split up, and Jeb quickly began sabotaging the hotlines and battery banks powering the fortress's infrastructure while the rest of us snuck down to a cavern below the sea. We won a dangerous fight against Mavira, which cost Fox his leg, and we freed Andromeda the Silver Star, a moonstone dragon that, while obtuse at times, is friendly to our cause. However, we lost Jeff to the Aboleths as he freed Lerodith. However, we lost Jeb to the Aboleths as he freed Lerodith, the avatar of Awara, from her imprisonment. He was not killed, but he was captured. As the party regrouped without Jeb, we were divided on what to do next. I considered Jeb a lost cause. We barely escaped with our lives, and we could not afford to go back for him. Fox insisted on turning around to save him. and he added in parentheses, he was right.
Yeah, Fox, you should
to my script.
Fox should just interrupt right there. I think that's funny.
I'm sorry. I was just patiently waiting for that to pay off.
I was like, I did not write that. Fox insisted on turning around to save him, but especially he was in no shape to do so. I convinced him that we needed to rest and move on, so we retreated to Geim, where we reacquainted with and met a new ally, Radford, and learned that they had turned four guys into a sort of anti-mob mob within the city. And then as far as transitional elements between that and the next thing.
That's a great one because Yak can just object to the descriptor. Yak can be like, I'm not sure that I would consider us a mob. We were operating, and kind of like go from there.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
Yeah.
I like it. I think it sounds like Owlin. I think two things are different from your portrayal of Owlin in your sessions. You speak faster than you read, which is common to most people, but just probably a couple times through to get a little faster because Owlin is like, I'm thinking at the speed of light in my, artificer brain. And I also think Owlin probably uses more big words or says things in wordier ways. Sure. There are a lot of these where you used great words, but they're the fastest way to the solution. And I think Owlin sometimes talks his way around the solution before he gets there. A good example would be Fox insisted on turning around to save him, but he especially was in no shape to do so. Owlin might have said something like, Fox insisted on turning around to save Jeb, but in the condition that Fox found himself after his injury, he was not prepared to take on such a conflict, or something like that, where it's like it's a longer way of saying the same sentence, but it sounds like his brain is working so fast that
my 8th grade reading level is rebelling against my Owlin brain.
Yeah. So your Owlin brain reading, Owlin grade writing speaking level, whatever. That was a bit.
Which ironically,
I tried.
I would say, ironically, Alan's way of speaking is not the way you should write because flowery words don't mean better writing.
Right. They don't always mean better writing. Absolutely.
But yeah, no, I think that makes sense. I think
it's a great
giving
start.
It another pass
but hey,
about that would be good.
If you're writing a research project, all of the big words, because you need to read that 3-page limit.
Yeah.
Right. That 3-page
and that's the
limit.
difference between me in high school and you in high school.
We are not alike.
I'm not saying now. I'm saying in high school.
I'll have you know I did well in creative writing. Okay. I just didn't do well in other types of writing.
I think I have a good first draft.
How is it on length? I know that was our concern before.
I heavily narrowed it down, but it's about a paragraph per episode.
Sounds great. Let's do it.
This part of the story begins in a cave. Received info from our scout about a local tournament with a prize being an audience with the king. We go to enter and run into none other than Elaine Mollusk. We were all shocked. Our 40 minutes of planning and scheming out the window. She decides to sponsor our team, and we enter the race and completely dominate the competition. Hands down. Us winning granted us on friendly terms with the Prince of Udrul and a large sum of money from Fox and Jeb's investments. We arrived at the castle and were given a section of rooms to ourselves. And I was talking with Alan about some shady things I overheard the staff, but he was planning and scheming about something else. The night, we feasted with the king and met some of his top advisors, one of which was Alex Greenvale. During the dinner, Fox and the Jester put on a show for the table and may have gotten a bit too rowdy and not read the room right. We come back from dinner to find someone stole Jeb's possessions, his book and his boomstick thingy, and his journal. The jester then extorted us, saying he knew things, but we had to steal a joke book to trade for the information. The jester informs us that the joke book belongs to a local doctor, and in exchange for that, he will give us the information he has on Jeb's possessions and whereabouts of them. Fox finally decides to listen to me and to start telling the truth and explain to the doctor what was actually happening. The doctor nicely agreed to help us and hand over his joke book. Meanwhile, Jeb was granted an audience with the king so they could have some heart-to-heart and sharing of wisdom. Meanwhile, on a less peaceful note, Alex Greenvale found out our plan with the jester and decided to surround us and ambush us while we were in a hedge maze. We had to rush to escape. And once we made it out, we go straight to the king to show him everything that we have on Alex Greenvale. Upon finding this out, he promptly dragged her across the courtyard in front of us, announced that she had committed crimes against the kingdom, and hung her on the spot. He is one very, very bad dude. This section of our adventure is coming to an end, and we all take some time to reflect and attend to personal matters. Alan took some letters we wrote to the post and had some reflection of his past relationships. Fox finds some kids being bullied and teaches them a lesson and lecture them about his merfolk girlfriend. Jeb took a walk for fresh air and reflected on his daughter's death. I go back to the doctor and help out his daughter, who was very sickly. I give her exercises to do, and hopefully she is doing well now. Then Jeb and Fox meet up, and they work on some magic together. Then we try out something we've been working on called telovibing. I think it'll be all the rage in the future, but we all learn more about Jeb's history. And we end the adventure with a nicely and well-earned spa treatment.
I think you missed a line.
I wasn't reading it verbatim.
I'm just,
Fox tried to sneak in another Fox is awesome thing in there, and you skipped it. And I'm so pleased that instead of saying, I'm not going to read your crap, you're like, well, I wasn't going to read it verbatim. That's so much fun. What's up, Jake?
I noticed that a few times in the summary, you switched tenses. You would go from "we did this" to "we are doing this," or like
second person.
Yeah.
It's
tense.
past versus
Yeah.
present tense. Yeah, that switched a lot. Like even in the same sentence, sometimes where it's like Fox gives and then Jeb gave, or like that sort of thing. I did all mine in the past tense, but I don't know.
No, the
what
past
everyone
tense is
else's
the right
tense
one.
do. Okay,
No, yeah, past tense is right. I just
Select
messed up
all.
when it was
no
written.
worries.
AI.
It's easy to do.
Check tense and make changes. There you go.
Wash is all in on AI right now.
I subscribe to it on Notion, and it saves me a ton of time.
I also pay for it, but I don't think they do. But the other thing that I noticed, Trevor, is there are a handful of moments that feel like Xoth is talking, but mostly it didn't feel like Xoth's character to me. Like it didn't have that almost like disconnected from what's happening around him because he's had so much weed vibe. Like there were a couple of them. So like one of them that felt a lot like Xoth is when you said when the king, like he hangs Alex Greenvale and you're like, that is one bad dude. That felt like Xoth. But a lot of them, it felt like a very like if I were doing GM exposition, so I think it might be good to try and find a way to kind of flavor it a little bit more in the way that Xoth speaks and behaves.
I can try that. I'll work on it.
I wonder if I'm going to try something just to try it here. And then it may or may not work. I'm going to see what happens if I ask AI to write it in a different tone. See what we get.
What's the name of Clara's bakery /inn/tavern/ whatever?
Oh, I don't remember, but I have it written down somewhere. Okay, AI is writing something magical over here. We'll come back to this in a second. Let me look at my session list here and see the one with Clara Albuquerque. I'm not sure I have the same name for it yet. I literally
FantasyNameGenerators.com.
No, because I'm pretty sure Clara had a name for it. Are you watching? Willa, are you in the chat? If not, we'll find out. You can just call it Clara Place for now. Here, so I asked. Oh, Trevor left.
While I got you looking up, and while Trevor has left, what's the fourth person, the fourth avatar that's a part of the cataclysmic ritual? I've got Garlo, Owara, Kay, and there was a fourth one.
Do Bumblefoot?
Satonia? Was it Do Bumblefoot?
There's 5 of them. Do Bumblefoot and Satonia are both part of it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I was gonna read you. I had AI write. I said rewrite this in a laid back, chill tone, and I'm gonna insert it below what you had so you can see it too. Actually, why don't you read this? But like, do it in your like Xoth vibe, and let's see your Xoth voice, and see if this feels like him.
So we're chilling in this cave, right? Our scout tipped us off about a tournament with a prize that could get us an audience with the king. We enter, and guess who we run into? Elaine Mollusk. She sponsors our team, and we dominate the competition like it's nothing. Fox and Job invest all of our money on us. Oh, okay.
Fox and Jeb bet, I think, is the line.
Yeah. I just like to use the word invest because I think it's funnier.
Okay.
To call to justify Fox's nefarious habits.
That's fun. Yeah.
As investments. Fox and Jib invest all of our money on us winning, and we walk away with a nice chunk of change for the company. Winning also got us on friendly terms with the Prince of Udril, so we head off to Udril with the Prince. We get to the castle and are given our own section of rooms. I was trying to fill Alan in on some shady stuff I overheard, but he was too busy scheming. That night, we feast with the king and meet his top advisors, including Alex Greenvale. During dinner, Fox and the Jester put on a show, but it might not have been the best timing. When we get back to our rooms, we find that someone stole Jeb's boom thingy and his journal. The Jester extorts us, saying he has information, but we have to steal a joke book for him first. We find out the Jester wants a joke book from the local doctor in exchange for the info on Jeb's stuff. Fox finally listens to me and explains the situation to the doctor, who agrees to hand over the book. Meanwhile, Jeb has a heart-to-heart with the king. Jeb and the king have a moment, and we deal with some drama involving Alex Greenville, finding out we were getting dirt on her. We have to escape a hedge maze before they kill us. Once we make it out, we go to the king and show him everything Alex Greenville had done. He drags her across the courtyard and hangs her on the spot for crimes against the nation. He's one tough king. This part of our adventure is winding down, so we all take some time to attend to personal matters. Alan sends out letters and reflects on his past relationships. Fox teaches some bullying kids a lesson and talks about his merfolk girlfriend. Jeb takes a walk and reflects on his daughter's death. I go back to the doctor and work some healing magic on his daughter. Jeb and Fox work on some magic stuff, and we all learn more about Jeb's history through this weird device we're calling telovibing. Jeb writes to Holly, and we end our adventures with a nice spa treatment.
I don't know how the rest of you felt about that, but that felt very Xoth to me, especially the first paragraph. So we're chilling in this cave, right? Like,
I agree.
Yo, we chilling.
What did you? Oh, Jake might have deafened again.
No, I'm here. Sorry.
I was just wondering what your thoughts were.
I thought a lot of it sounded like Xoth, obviously with some minor word tweaks that I think from his previous version that still sounded good.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just me, but some of it. No, that fits Xoth though. I was gonna say some of it feels like almost like getting into the weeds a little bit too much, but that's totally what Xoth does. So I think that's a moot point, and I think it makes it.
You should have seen the first one I wrote.
He had like this length, but of just the first episode in the arc. And he was like,
That's
"Yeah, I'm ready
crazy.
to work on the next episode, part of the arc." And I was like, that might be too long." Like, because if they want all the details in the episode, they could go watch it. We just want to catch them up on the main quest.
Yeah. I think it's good.
Cool. So then the handoff there between, so that last paragraph. I don't like this part of our adventure is winding down since we're like telling the whole story.
That's
in
a
one
very
shot.
AI generated line.
Yeah. I wonder if just instead you could say, after the high tension moment of dealing, however Xoth would say that, but like after the tense thing, we take some well-deserved time to attend to personal matters. And that might be a better way to go and get into that paragraph. And then
After dealing with a high stress situation, we take a well-earned spot.
Perfect. That's a great way to do it. And then on the other end, where it says we end our adventures with a nice spa treatment, you could just say we end the day with a nice spa treatment or something like that.
Harsh vibes.
What's up?
You should work in like vibes. I don't.
Yeah, we haven't heard Xoth talk about the vibes at all. That's a good point.
So maybe after some harsh vibes, we find a chance to relax. Guess is my 2 cents. I'm pulling out of the conversation now.
Jeb writes to Holly, and we let the harsh vibes go with a nice spa treatment. I don't know, something like that.
That letter.
Alan, how do you feel like he would transition in from that point if Alan's taking over the story?
Let me find his. What's the last line again? Sorry.
Jeb writes to Holly, and we end our day with a nice spa treatment.
Record scratch. You're probably wondering how we got here.
Yep, that's me.
A spa day that. We did not know it then, but that spa day would be our last our last good day in a long time.
That's a good line.
We did not. Oh, whoa! I just accidentally opened up the HTML of the Notion page.
Nice.
I thought you were gonna be like it was our last spa day ever. I'm like, whoa!
But that spa day would be.
And in retrospect, knowing that it was Xoth's last spa day ever.
Yeah.
This is last.
I wanted to say that, but I wasn't sure if we were like divulging spoilers.
Yeah,
in this or
no,
whatever.
it's better to let that like hit when it hits in the flow of the recap. But yeah, poor Xoth.
So anyway, Xoth died.
It's such a shame though, because Xoth, he really knows how to do a spa with people feeding him grapes or whatever, right? Didn't he have someone fanning him and someone else feeding him grapes while he was in the thing?
Yeah.
Absolutely, he has no regrets. He knows how to pamper.
We didn't know it then, but that spa day would be our last good day in many months. Ooh, that's a good. That feels like Alan. Now I'm just hyping everybody up. I'm like, oh, it's so exciting.
Many months.
Many moons.
Our new subscription service, Many Months. I don't know what they sell.
But I know
you can
how long
pay.
you subscribed for. Many months.
Yeah. it's
They sell months,
Yeah, you
just
want to
get
live?
to buy more time.
Yeah.
Wow, if that were possible, you make a lot of money.
Poor people problems. Dying at a young age. Just buy more time.
Oh, Jake, one thing you didn't hear while you were deafened. We think No Mole Left Behind should be told by Gunnar because we want to hear him say throughout the recap. if you're up for that challenge.
Yeah, that's funny.
Is that like your
that.
Gunnar warm up? Is Gunnar?
Gonna. He's like a Pokemon. He just says his name.
His own name.
Gonna
blow you up. Right, that was his like catchphrase, right? They call me Gunnar.
Gonna.
Exactly. Yeah, it's like they call me Gunnar because I'm gonna blow you up. That was the
Yeah.
Amazing.
Has anybody lived after you told them that?
Has anybody lived after I told them that? I don't remember.
Because I find it funny to have like a catchphrase that nobody knows because you keep killing the people.
Because the only people, only people you say that to end up dying. That's kind of a cool concept, actually.
You're like, damn it.
There's also room for like humor in that, like this idea of like a legendary bad guy or something that like there's kind of this legend built up around like if he says his catchphrase to you, it's an omen that you'll die. Like no one
Gunner's
knows what his actual
arch-nemesis.
catchphrase is. But then there's kind of some humor that you can play off of it because it's like you're fighting this guy and you know that he's this infamous guy and then he says like a one-liner and you're like, wait, was that your catchphrase? Am I gonna die now? Like, but like maybe it's not his catchphrase. Maybe he just keeps you guessing.
Yeah, nobody else openly addresses him about it except for the one person. They're like, wait, is that it? Is that... Am I die now? And he's gonna be like, what? No.
No, that was just a cool thing I said. That's not my actual catchphrase.
Yeah,
It's just stuff I say. You know?
You're like, oh, okay. So I'm not gonna die yet?
It feels like an overly complex bit, but I think it's kind of funny.
It's got to end in heh. No, you're not gonna die.
What does that mean?
You're not gonna die.
Have I heard that from somebody? I'm not
so scared.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna kill you.
It's so...
The amount of meaning that line gives.
I think it's the amount of confusion. It's which I guess is meaning in itself, but I don't know. I don't know a lot of things. But you know what I do know? I know for just $15.99 a month, you can subscribe to many months.
Many months.
Wow.
Many moons.
Hear me out.
I'm starting to put the Geim Arc in the Myconid's voice.
The what, Mark?
The Geim Arc.
Hi, Mark.
We've had that. We've done that bit already. So I was trying to think. So I know how he starts because he's like, "Oh, I'm not so sure. Mob is the right descriptor. I believe a more apt analogy would be a family unit assisting the local ecosystem with the clearing of weeds."
I mean, you just really dove into FP62 territory with that. I'm not gonna lie.
That's true. I mean, the Myconid is equally socially unaware.
Maybe they get along really well.
That's probably why they've been getting along so well. That's a great point.
I'm dying.
You're dying.
My back.
Did your chair break?
No, my back did like a Charlie horse.
My back went out
no.
and pain came in. So I had to make you laugh and flex your back muscles so that they hurt more.
Oh
Do you need assistance, Cleo?
no, I'll be fine. I just need to like wallow in pain.
Just
Do you
on
need ibuprofen?
on a deep spiritual level.
Yeah, I need to connect with the pain.
Wash just left.
Well, Discord decided to update
Do you
itself.
want like ibuprofen or Advil or something?
No, I'm gonna be okay. Sorry for the audio there, where I'm just yelling from a distance.
That's okay.
Your pain broke my stream.
I was like, wow, you like
I got connected to it.
yeah. Your stream went out and pain came in.
Yep.
I'm like holding my knuckles against and like trying to massage my back muscle right now.
Ouchie.
It's ugh. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
It probably
I hate
hates
pain.
you too.
I'm gonna get
that's why
some
it
water.
I have a
real
massage
quick.
gun if that, you
I'll
think
be
that would
back.
help.
I just realized that we've
Yo.
had like silly like comedy music playing in the background. So you're like, I'm wallowing in pain. In the background, there's this like jaunty little like groove playing.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, bring me that massage gun. That actually sounds really nice right now. For the longest time, I didn't even know that these were muscle pains. Like I get them occasionally once in a blue moon.
Like little back spasms.
Where my back just is like in severe pain and I just have to live with it.
You're so millennial.
And I know, right? But I never realized that it was my muscles. Like I thought it was like my spleen or something. Because even massaging it never seemed to work. But then like one day, a mutual friend of me and Josh's, I was over at their house and he's like, all right, just lay down. All right. And he pulled out a massage gun. He's like, this is going to feel better. And he's just like, and I was just like, wow, that does feel better. And then I felt better.
And then everybody clapped.
And then everybody clapped. Oh, isn't that like a good like Reddit bit of? And then everybody clapped.
It's just the two of you now. I'm writing.
Just the two of us.
We can make it if we try. Just the two
of us.
Just the two of us.
A good song.
From the minute I found out that Fox was a clone, I knew it'd be okay because I'd never be alone.
I'm a clone?
No, but you're a changeling, and that's close enough. You just cut a piece off, and that becomes like your offspring. That's how it works.
Is that what happened? Wait, are you telling me my leg has turned into another fox? And
We
that's
all
just
said
waiting?
that. And Jeb even like literally asked that question like way back in season 1, and Fox is like, "Nah, man, that's crazy. That's crazy talk. What are you talking about?" But it's still my personal headcanon.
Well, especially when you say it like that, you're like, "Nah, man, that's crazy talk. What are you talking about?" You've got me. You've gaslit me into believing it.
You've got slit them.
I just got gaslit into believing that changelings reproduce by splitting off.
Oh, like a
You just got
Like
gaslit.
Like a cell.
like an amoeba.
Yeah, like an
Like
amoeba.
an amiga.
Like a cell.
Was it-
animal cell?
Did I tell you about? Was it you I told about gas lamped? Was that you all?
I remember this conversation. I don't remember the context of Gaslamp.
Gaslamp. Oh my goodness, that was so
That was the best gaslighting I've ever seen. Is a person I knew who was convinced that the word was gas lamped.
Yeah. That's really funny.
Oh, we got Belly Savalas in
Oh.
the chat. Somewhere out there is a
Yo.
baby fox with a full-grown leg from the knee down. That's a hilarious image. I kind of want to see
like a
like,
Wait, you need
inverted
to
Deadpool.
present it
yeah,
on
like the
camera.
little
You need
drawing
to-
or whatever of it.
You need to present it like it's a briefcase.
Oh, here's our infomercial for Fox's new massage gun. Take it away, Fox.
You ever have back pain? Me too. And that's why today, over at ShamWow Industries, we have got you a massage gun
Hashtag not
4.0. It's got so many attachments, all right? You've got ball. You've got not a
Nail.
ball. You've got scraper, ice scraper. You've got
Trying to de-ice your back.
you got like your you got your
Some
scoop,
mouth
your-
guard. You just want to on your gums. Just rattle your teeth
You've
off
got
your
your
jaw.
2-prong fork. You got the other side of the ice scraper. You've got the lighter knob thing in your car.
A cigarette lighter.
Yeah. You've got I don't even know what this is meant to be. A finger, I think. You've got like a little cone, and you've got a pill, large pill.
So I have
all very classic massage gun pieces.
Yeah, so I have to ask, what kind of food is the optimal food to eat with the 2-pronged fork massage gun?
Marshmallows, obviously.
Yeah,
Is it keeping them over the fire without them catching
That's right.
fire?
Oh.
Is that why?
It shakes them back and forth over the fire for even warming.
Perfect.
I've just been told by my contract that this is supposed to be a thumb. Is this? Yeah, here. Let me.
That looks
Get
like
you
a
a little
thumb after
closer.
somebody put it in a massage gun.
Yeah. It's a little flattened in my opinion, but you know, I'm gonna try this out.
Is it charged?
Oh, it's got a digital display.
Whoa.
Digital display, folks.
that a
It's of the
tachometer?
future.
Nice.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna use it.
Try it on your eyebrows.
Here, wait. Oh,
right.
that feels weird. So yeah, I. It
How
definitely
uncomfortable
a thing.
is it to like have to keep your hand back there and try and hold the gun though? That's what I want to know.
Not very. I'll say that it's not very comfortable. But the one spot that was in pain is less in pain. Yeah, it really works.
You sound like your internet is cutting out. Like you're stuttering.
I'm sorry, I'm in a tunnel right now. I'm breaking up. I'm sorry. No, it's
You're
good.
breaking up with us?
Yeah, I'm sorry you had to find out this way over a massage gun infomercial, but
Being broken up with over a massage gun infomercial is even worse than being broken up with over text, I think.
It is. I agree.
yeah, when
Someone
I first
pays
put it
for
up
an
against my
infomercial
back.
just to break up with someone. Could you imagine?
Oh, didn't the Onion do a bit like that? Where a guy got hosted onto a. I should probably stop doing that for the audio.
It's fine. It's
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah,
I've been shooting this podcast with a nonprofit in Atlanta, and they don't know I'm doing this yet, but I'm working on a supercut of every time someone says, Josh can fix that when he edits it. We'll fix that in post. Josh can take care of that afterwards. Don't worry about it. It's already 10 minutes long.
Oh man.
you can fix it, right?
Right?
I guess not.
Sorry, I missed it. What'd you say?
I was kind of continuing the bit.
Oh.
Cleo was like, "You can fix it, right?" And I went, "Right?" And like,
No, I can't. It'll never be fixed.
That's a good meme.
sometimes in the more negative way, clients can be like that, though. That's okay. Sometimes you just kindly, politely explain to them what's
You're wrong.
reasonable and what's not.
Oh, by the way, that 2-prong shape,
Yeah?
that's not called a fork. That's called a U shape.
Are you saying I look like a 2-pronged fork?
That's a U shape, buddy.
I'm so offended in my
It must be getting late because that was way too funny for what it was.
It's only 9:30. We got 30 minutes left.
Oh man.
Oh,
Your old wash.
Well, thanks for
Got
telling me
him.
that.
Hey, watch. Don't worry about it. If you gotta cut them off here because if you let them keep going, soon they're gonna tell you you're shaped like a 2-pronged fork.
Oh,
The worst burn.
Just say no to bullies. All right.
I say yes
To bully.
to
bullying?
anti-disestablishmentarianism.
Wait, I'm
Amazing.
reading Wash's scrolling text. It says, you may not like this, but this is what peak writing looks like, but peak is spelled wrong. I assume that's intentional.
Actually,
Hey,
yeah.
chat, welcome to 30 minutes ago in the stream.
we should have a bit that only lasts for tonight. That's just like things we talked about while Jake was deafened. Just like a little GIF or something that plays. Like the more you know.
The reading rainbow.
I'm sorry.
You don't need to be sorry. You got yours done. Wash is still going, so I don't know.
I
if
still
this
have
is
to
what
write Gunnars, but I need to figure out.
At least you're not U-shaped, Jake.
Yeah, at least no one's
I'm
called
not.
you U-shaped tonight.
I need to
Or a
get in the
two-pronged
Gunnar
fork.
headspace to write the Gunnar one. That might be tougher.
Do you want me to get you in the headspace? Do you
The
want
whole
to do
thing
like
is just
some non-canon improv?
Sure.
All right. Josh, give us a scenario.
Is it Fox and Gunnar who are in the scenario?
Yes.
Fox and Gunnar are stuck in line waiting to get on waiting to take care of like really boring paperwork, like renewing a license or something like that. And Fox is trying his best to prevent Gunnar from going exactly how Gunnar wants to go and get to the front of the line.
Well, I'm just saying, there's a couple ways we could go about this.
And the correct one is to wait in line.
Be honest with me. You don't want to be here. I don't want to be here.
I don't.
I don't know why they
right?
put us in charge of paperwork. Us.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what, Gunnar? You're right.
So what I'm saying is we either knock out a few guards, put on their uniforms, pretend we're important, go to the front, or I'm just saying, if there's no records office, there are no need to turn in any records.
Alan, I don't. We're.
Who's Alan? Alan is literally
Sorry,
not here.
Gunnar.
He's on a different thing.
Sorry, your very different voice and stature reminds me of my good friend Alan. Listen, I don't think we need to go that far though. I don't.
Well, I mean, okay, if I'm being completely honest, yeah, you're right. It's just fun to speculate. It's fun to think about it.
Okay, well, if we're just thinking about it, okay, we wouldn't even have to take out the guards. All right, hear me out. We just go into the the local laundromat. I see them go down there all the time. That's where they all do their uniforms. They do them in batches, right? We get into there, get the uniforms there, and then just on a day when that new manager see that person, you can tell they're new because if you look at them, they're trying to act like they're in control, but they have no idea what's going on. See how they're just pointing and delegating constantly? Is because they have no control. So in order to feel like they have control, they're controlling other people. So he's brand new, doesn't know what's going on. We wait until he's on shift. We show up. We just tell everybody else we're new, and he will believe us because he doesn't want to be wrong. All right. And you know what? I think we can pull this off. I think we pull this off, Gunnar.
I think you're right.
Do you have any critiques you would add to that, or any add-ons? I know it's not fully a fleshed out idea, but
Well, here's the thing. You can't guarantee that he would go along with us because, as you mentioned, he's trying to overcompensate for his newness, so he may challenge us just to see what he can do with his managerial.
what do you
status.
think we do when he challenges us?
We just say some crap that isn't real, but he doesn't know isn't real. Like,
We blow his mind.
yeah, well, blow his mind with like things like, hey, so and so sent us, and yada yada yada.
Yeah. Completely destroy any shred of confidence he has at his job.
And also that he's on the ropes, and we see what he's doing here. We destroy his self-confidence.
We've been hearing rumors about how like upper management's been talking about him and how he may not be working out.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Things of that nature. But otherwise, yeah, pretty foolproof.
Okay.
And if the fools aren't proofed enough, then we'll improvise.
Well, what does improvisation look like?
Flexing these.
This got very meta. Improvising a scene, asking what does improvise look like. If it helps with your Gunnar script, I just finished the Myconids.
Okay.
So if it's only 3 little short paragraphs because this arc really just revolves around Xoth dying. So let me read that really quick, and you can see if there's an easy way to transition into Gunnar's voice from that.
Okay.
So Alan's talking about sort of anti-mob within the city. I am not so sure mob is the right descriptor. A more apt analogy would be a family unit, assisting the local ecosystem with the clearing of weeds. But regardless, it was wonderful to reconnect with my friends. I was so sad to learn that my friend Jebediah had fallen behind. After our reunion, I introduced our remaining founders to Radford, a monk from far away who was spending some time with us waiting for the chance to meet Owlin. Radford and Owlin went together with Lerodith to try and arrange a safe hiding place for her with the Queen, but they had a very difficult time arranging the conversation. Eventually, they were able to persuade the Queen to protect Lerodith, but while waiting, Radford caught sight of some constructs from the Bright World Company here to scout our offices. He and Owlin were able to defeat 2 of them, but 2 more made it to Fox and Xothcug. Fox chased his away, but Xothcug did not make it. He died in the battle. It was devastating for all of us, but Fox and Owlin especially took it hard. They found a priestess of Owara and spent 10 days working with her on a strange machine with many hotlines and wingle digits to try and save him, but it didn't work, and it left them sadder than before. Fox seemed to give up on the adventure altogether. He said he didn't care about rods or aboleths. He just wanted to find his friend and leave this all behind. So he hired a crew of rogues and set off to chase down his friend.
I prefer demolition expert, but rogue is fine too.
That works.
All right. Like something like that.
That's a pretty good one, yeah. And then he could be like, "I'm sorry, Gunnar," and that could be how your name gets said. That's fun. So that's how many of these do we have done now? I don't know why I just whistled into my microphone.
That's
sneaky.
It's turning into a snake.
I'm a sneaky snake.
Reptile people are real, and
Lizard
Josh is
people,
one of
the
them.
lizard folk.
Wake up!
Wake up, sheeple. The lizards are coming.
The lizards are coming. The lizards are coming.
So we have.
That's what he shouted.
So we have Xoth's
Not the British.
story, chilling in the cave, nice spa treatment. Owlin, we didn't know it then. Leads into mob within the city. I'm not sure mob is the right descriptor. Leads down to chase down his friend. And then Gunnar comes in and says, I prefer demolitionist. So then that's the lead into Gunnar's. So we're only really missing Wash now and that last arc. We're making like really good progress.
Oh, I'm
here,
missing you too, you shaped person.
Never mind, I'm out of here.
Oh,
you tuning fork of a man.
that is like I wouldn't know how
Wow.
to respond to that if somebody told me that.
I really resonate with that.
I see how it is.
I hear how it is.
Well, does somebody taste how it is?
Jeb, Wash, how is it going?
Hey, it's me. What's going on? What you need?
Do you want to tell us a little bit about your recap?
I'm not done with it.
Oh, okay.
You never finish, like really unfinished plans. I mean, come on, Alan taught me that.
Just seems a lot like for someone who's written a lot of books in the Gemini Peppermint Chronicles. Seems like
I got a lot of names of books. You know,
Which is obviously 50% of the work.
I trademark
That's
the
right.
names before I write the books just in case.
That's
You never
right.
know when you're going to need them.
got to get your priorities straight. No, so I got a good ways into it, but then I realized that the bullet points were a little sparse, so I was just going back through those and trying to round them out again.
Gotcha. Do you want help?
So any help there would be quite lovely. At the end of the one where it says, the one where they confront Makar, there's a bullet point here that says Makar and Owlin square off with words. Do you guys remember that conversation? I remember Jeb calling him a coward.
Is this the first squaring off of words?
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is when
this
you
is-
confront
this is
him,
where
not
they
when you
were-
fight him.
Yeah, this is
The
where they were
main-
looking for the rod and they suspected he had it. And so
The main
we did
gist
like
was accusing Makar of having the rod, as well
Yeah.
as like saying when Makar reveals that his wife died in the collapse, Owlin trying to empathize and trying to appeal to humanity as far as like she wouldn't want you to do this. She would have wanted you to be happy. She would have wanted you to move on. But Makar was really just like a stone wall and really did not seem to care about anything Owlin had to say. Like not giving it any thought or regard, literally just a stone wall.
If I remember the
Which at
sort
the
of-
time felt weird, but later was revealed to make sense because it wasn't really Makar.
if I remember the sort of the crisis line of that conversation was Makar saying that obviously based on his past experience they couldn't trust anybody, and Owlin saying no, obviously in spite of our past experience we need to find help and like take this thing on. And that was sort of the parting of the ways where Makar was like, no, if I just keep this segment nobody can do anything. And Alan's like, yeah, but if we put it together with the other ones, we can save the world. Dun, dun, dun. And then, and he
dun.
did that too. That was part of what he said. He went, dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, it was really weird and out of character, but it worked for some reason in that episode.
Yeah.
This is a great talk, guys.
This is a great talk. Hey, I'm having a good time.
He's having a good time.
Having a good time.
I might
have I-
mute myself and deafen myself again and start talking out loud like Gunnar and writing it down because I can't
Wait.
internally hear what he would
Please
say. I have to say it.
please also
you
gesture
deafen-
so that we can just see you like.
It'll still be in my recording, technically.
Yeah, I was going to say, just mute Discord.
I wish you could do the opposite of muting yourself and we could still hear you, but you couldn't
Unmute
hear
yourself.
us.
I can deafen, but can I unmute? No, I can't. I have to be deafen and be mute at the same
I
time.
know, which sucks. But
Dang.
You can mute. You can right click and then mute individual people, but you don't need
you
to.
can-
You can just deafen.
So you guys just want to hear me randomly?
Yeah, I
would
think
be
it would be
content.
funny.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna.
Just hear me workshop what Gunnar would say.
I think it would be funny to just be mid conversation and then just hear you go.
You can try it, and if it turns out to not be a good bit, I'll just mute you.
Okay, that sounds good. I'm going to start muting you guys individually now.
No, wait, I don't want to. Do me last.
Oh, wait, no,
wa-
I shouldn't. There we go.
No. Sorry.
The one that the Thief Kings keep again, that was when we dug up the Jester King and asked him questions, wasn't it?
I believe so.
You did that. Yes, you did that first, I think, because you ask him questions, and then you planted like a note or something that you could identify on Makar. I think that was this episode. And it leads you back to the keep, and you're like, oh shoot, he hid it here. and that's why you like break in and start
You
exploring.
guys are still muted, but there's too much pressure on me to perform as Gunnar. I know you guys can hear me.
Pressure.
I'm gonna.
Under pressure,
I'm gonna.
pushing down on me.
I was gonna say, speaking of having a good time, have I shared? To bring it back for no reason. Have I shared a meme that, like the Mandela effect, doesn't exist, but me and a friend thought did exist?
We tried a few things.
Only to find out that we tried a few things and they just didn't work. Sorry.
It's like when you talk and you can hear yourself on a delay, and so it's like your brain's trying to process two streams of words at once.
Yeah.
Except it's a Gunnar.
Just Gunnar. You know that Gunnar voice in your head?
The Gunnar effect, we'll call it.
But yeah, no. So me and my friend thought that there was this clip out there where it was like having a good time, but it just keeps repeating having a good time. It's like having a good time, having a good time, having a good time. Having a good
Ended up
time.
with some intel pointing us towards, what was the name of that tower? The Summit Tower? Summit Tower.
Yo, the hidden Gunnar files. I'm loving it.
Wrong slogan.
I can love how I could see it in the stream.
See what?
But we needed to make a stop first.
Just wash typing.
We had to crash the private security goons gala.
I don't
Still got that self-conscious whisper.
This just gives me what is the dog doing? 10-hour loop of silence. Just this occasionally. What's the dog doing?
I just realized I didn't finish giving him his bullet points. I need to go down here and finish doing his bullet points.
We need to have a normal looking conversation so that way he doesn't feel as much pressure, right? Because if we keep laughing every time he talks, then he's going to be like, oh, now I got to say something funny or keep the bit going. And, you know, we just want him to be able to write in peace and laugh at him while he does it. Am I wrong? Is that a...
Sorry, now I'm frantically trying to outpace Gunnar, writing in the bullet points of what happened. Luckily, they're so recent that I remember them pretty well.
That's better memory than what I got. I'm lucky if I remember what I ate for dinner. Oh, by the way, Trevor. I don't think you heated up the crab cakes.
Oh,
enough.
no, I know. I realized it, but I didn't have enough time.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I know. Mine was cold, too.
Cold crab cakes.
That's okay.
Yo, the CCC cold crab cakes.
Wouldn't that just be CC?
No.
Isn't crab cake one word?
As soon as we pulled up in our new wheels, I knew there was going to be trouble.
I don't know if this is any fun for you at home, but this is really fun for us.
It's so fun.
This
It
is
is
the only way
so,
we should do this.
so fun.
This is the best way to do
He
it.
knows. Look at his face. He knows why we're laughing, too.
It's the sound booth in a tavern.
The sound. We just keep trying to put stuff in the tavern, man. We could put stuff outside the tavern, and if we need to, we could even expand to a second building.
Oh.
But it's the Wing Badger Tavern. There are many different wings. We're in the recording wing.
Oh, it's not
While I
going
was
to be
stirring
as...
some soup, an old ally of the party pulled up, I don't know, showed up. An ally of the party to arranging our plans. Something like that.
Did that go slightly southern for a second?
Slightly Southern is the name of my gospel group.
You know, that actually legitimately sounds like it would be a gospel group. Slightly Southern.
That's why he said it. Why would I make a bad joke?
Yeah, what kind of tuning fork shaped man do you think he is?
Well, so
I'm more of a tuna fork shaped man.
I feel
with
like
hot sauce. Just a little dab.
We're hitting
Spice
all the
things up.
callbacks today, aren't we?
Yeah, really.
Deliver a cake or something. Didn't even explode. I don't know.
didn't even explode. Oh, I don't even know where I was going with the thought I just had. I had a thought, and now okay. So the bit usually is like, oh, that would make a band name or something, and it's usually like, it's kind of funny because it's like that'd be a wonky band name, but it would. I could see it.
They call me the Wonky Bandit.
I cannot say that out loud. Never mind.
Say what, Cleo?
I don't know why, but I thought I'm the wonky bandit. I'm gonna wake you all to death. I was like,
Get out of here.
I was like, well, now you know I can't say it.
Yeah,
problem,
you did
of
say
course,
it, so you can say
Is
it.
that I had to say it so you can know why I couldn't say it.
Oof size large.
Now we gotta have a content warning on our
Yeah.
video.
No, it's
Yeah,
okay.
I'll just.
Cleo's editing this one, so Cleo can just cut that part out.
Thanks, Obama.
Oh. I can't say that.
I can hear that, even if I can't hear you guys. So I'm not sure what that was in reaction to. But
I just realized Jake's not gonna know about the wank band.
That's okay. Just leave it. Find a new bit.
I'm sorry.
Are you sorry?
I am sorry that my brain works that way.
It's like, I'm so glad I was here for this. This is the D&D content you've been missing, isn't it?
It's the Patreon within the Patreon.
Stop putting stuff in other stuff.
You need to put that down as a quote.
What?
Stop putting stuff in other stuff.
It sounds like something the bandit would say. We'll just forever only reference it as the
You
bandit.
sure do know a lot about this bandit, Cleo.
I feel bad about the stuff I do. I will look back on this moment and not feel as bad. That's what chat says.
yo, MKF Gaming 2.
Yo.
What's up?
You came in
I don't know
during
much.
an interesting
You
time.
arrived just
You know
in
that I love
time
MKF
to
Gaming.
miss the... You missed... You don't want to worry about what you missed.
I'm gonna unmute everyone else in the call so I can
There's a lot of stupid in the air tonight. I'm just going to say that.
not do this anymore.
I can feel it stupid in the air tonight.
Oh, Jake, you missed a lot.
I'm sure I did.
How's the FOMO, Jake?
I'm no longer experiencing it because I unmuted you guys.
Oh, nice.
All right, are you sure?
How was that experience?
I have added so many quotes tonight. I think I've added at least 10. Like, just from tonight's stream.
We're having a good time.
Let me see.
All right.
Let's see if quote 184 is also from tonight. No, that's not. Okay, so maybe it's less than that. Let's see. Or not. Maybe we'll never know. Our quote bot just died, maybe.
Whoa.
Oh, there it is. 185. Yep, that's from tonight. So there's 9. There's 9 from tonight
Nice.
so far.
Is it not just a little scuffed?
Jake, how did it go? How do you feel about your
I'm not done, but I think I've got a great start.
awesome? I realized I had.
Do you want me to read?
I realized I hadn't given you all the bullet points, so I've been racing to stay ahead of you to get all the
that's
bullet
okay.
points in there.
Do you guys want to? I know you
guess
guys
wanna
heard
hear
lots
Gunnar
of
say
it.
Hang on, I'll do the transition into it so that you can
Okay.
take over. Let me find my script. So he hired a crew of rogues and set off to chase down his friend.
I prefer demolition expert, but rogue is fine too.
My mistake, Gunnar. Carry on.
It's all right. It's just my life's work. Well, the Umbral Sea. I didn't get to blow it up, but we looked for a few clues. Ended up with some intel pointing us to Summit Tower. But we needed to make a stop first. We had to crash the private security... What did that turn into? We had to crash the private security goons' gala. As soon as we pulled up in our new wheels, I knew there was gonna be trouble. While I was stirring some soup, an old acquaintance of the party showed up and threw a wrench in our plan. She had to deliver a cake or something. It didn't even explode, so I don't know. We tried kidnapping the leader of the goons, but he wiggled away before we could get anything from him. Vox got some more sweet intel, confirming what we knew before about Summit Tower. That's where I'm improving from there.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Him saying he knew there was gonna be trouble.
Yes.
I
correct.
just I loved hearing you say things randomly, and I was like, all right, guys, we need to not react so that way we don't give him so much pressure. And then you would say something, and I think it just killed us all. I forget what the last one was, but it was good. So
There's
good,
gonna be
I
trouble
forgot
is
it.
the bandit's catchphrase.
There's gonna
bandit.
be trouble.
The bandit.
Gunnar is the trouble.
There's gonna be trouble.
All right.
Okay, well, we're pretty much at 10, so I think maybe we should call this stream here.
Okay.
But this is wonderful, and we are so close. I don't know if Wash and Jake, if you feel like in the next 2 weeks you might have a chance to try and like round out those scripts, but if so, then the next time we do this, we can probably record them and get that
Nice.
done and launch into season 3. We're in a little bit of a weird limbo place here, chat. So thanks for hanging out with us. I know things are different, but we're still having fun. I'm having fun. I don't know if they're having any fun. But here, I'll put us back in the tavern just because it's fun. And yeah, I don't know. Anything else to add, anybody?
I just saw I am Linux call me the Colonel in the notes thing.
Should we use the last 4 minutes of our program time to look back at some quotes?
Let's do it.
Always.
I'll look back on Wing Badger
Here.
Tavern quotes.
Quote retrospective. The Wing Badger Tavern.
Do you want to pick numbers, or should we just let the bot choose?
You know what?
If you do just exclamation mark quote, it just picks them at random.
I'm gonna just hit it right now. Let's see what we got.
Let's see what we get. I kind of stuck them in furniture. We should do the recap.
I think I remember. I think I remember the context from that too.
I do. During the party at Jess Basin's estate.
Right. I just started like rescuing people by shoving them in furniture.
Yeah, because you found unconscious people and you were trying to get them out, but you couldn't carry them all, so you hid them inside the furniture. We've also got here, it's a bop grenade. We call it the kids bop. That one's a fairly recent one. I think that's during the during No Mole Left Behind. Jake, you want to get in there? You want to summon a quote?
Oh, sure. Sorry. I accidentally closed the chat to reply to a text from my mother.
My insight is higher than my religion.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
That's a good one.
Hold on.
I mean, that works on a couple different levels too.
Yeah, because he's playing a cleric of the weed god.
I'm just putting it down as it is. That's
Oh, there's a Halo quote.
that's
Wow, that's
Cleo
way back
quote.
there.
That's quote number
that-
40. Yeah.
That sounds like an ism of mine.
What's quote number 1? Oh, here we go.
Oh.
Hi, I'm Cleo, formerly known as Matt, playing the rogue changeling Fox, and I'm a making sure to go through all the trauma. Woo, making sure to get past that sometime. Here's the first quote. Oh, playing Control. It's been a while since we played Control.
Now I really need the shield. Jumps off cliff.
We've got some adventure funk on us.
Do we know what quote
happens.
100 is?
You can do quote and the number 100 and it'll tell you. Oh no, Jake. The second quote is Jake saying, I haven't touched Jimmy John in a while, so this should be fun.
Do you have something against Jimmy John's, Jake?
You got me all excited. The gases are coming out of me.
Wow. Sometimes you get lost in the leg.
Never look a gift horse in the mouse. Sometimes you get lost in the legs.
These are some good quotes.
I think probably for tonight's stream, we could just pin Grubbuck saying Ayo to the top and leave it there. Oh, Mitch the Lich.
I think it's
Bitch,
the concept
dude,
of
bro.
darkness.
With his throne of bones, dude.
Yeah.
Wash, pick a number. Get in there.
I already did a couple.
Oh, we'll do some more.
Okay. If you insist.
Oh, that's sorry.
We did that
I
one.
didn't
That
realize
is
that was
quote
that one.
69. That's crazy.
Oh my goodness. What? It's quote 69?
Yes.
Sometimes you get lost in the legs.
What the heck is my role?
This is my rolls. Oh, that's when you were rolling so bad. You were like, what the heck is my rolls?
We can get more uniforms by killing people.
True.
Pigeons on your sweat. I don't know what that means, but it's kind of dark. It's like,
What does that mean?
It's a metaphor for
that's
capitalism.
like, that sounds like a Jaden Smith tweet.
Yeah, it does.
My arms are my shoulders.
Okay, it's 10. What is the line? What did you say?
what I mean?
It's all
I don't
stars
know.
like in mod view too.
What?
I have to know. I'm
I
going
think
to
we manually put in the asterisk.
I'm going
like,
to
the asterisks
Streamlabs
are
right now.
part
I'm
of
going
the
to go
quote.
find out. I'm logging into the quote bot to see what's in the archives.
Doing the deep dive.
Deep in the archives.
Unless someone put it in as asterisks.
I think it's funny. It's
I
just
bet we're going to go
asterisks.
through all this and then find out that it was put in as asterisks. What number is that?
Once we
quote?
get in there, if we need to extract
42.
it, then I'll blow it up and extract it.
It's 100% in the quote bot as asterisks.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
You can tell you found it?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I'll blow it up and extract it. All right, one more.
Is the VOD still active? We have the date.
No, not from 2022. They only go back a month.
47% of the time, it works 54% of the time.
I like it. And on that note, tonight's hangout time comes to a close. We are, that's pretty much it. We're done. When we finish streams normally, we say GGs and GN, but we didn't play any Gs.
Hey,
And it's pretty early in the end. Should we say
I'll give him the outro.
What's up?
I'll give him the outro.
You got the outro? Do you need like a certain music behind it?
No music
No
necessary.
music? All right.
No.
I'm ready.
This is the outro.
It's
All
all
right.
Morse code.
Now, remember, okay? If you're going to go to the DMV, all right, you got to make sure you schedule at least a couple of hours ahead of time, okay? You're going to be waiting in lines. There's always a backup. There's never a quiet day.
Preach.
All right. And so make sure you're going there. Make sure you have your money ready because that costs money to get your license, okay? Or any other, just about anything you're doing there is going to cost money. And if you don't have your cash on hand, it's going to be a pain in the butt.
You know it.
All right. Let me tell you. Now that once you've got that sorted out, you need to go to the courthouse. Okay, the courthouse is a little easier. You just have to put up in public writing that you're changing your name, and you just have to make sure nobody objects to that for a month. And it's funny enough, you could do that. Just go through the classifieds, find somebody who had the post that like they're changing their name, show up at the court date, and just say you object, and then just leave. It just ruins somebody's life.
Yeah, tell them your truth.
Just as easy. You probably have to make up some BS so that way the judge believes you, but you know, now you know. Also, speaking of judge and juries,
Preach.
there's actually the whole jury nullification. Just knowing about it could potentially get you out of jury duty. So let me tell you about jury nullification. It's essentially when the jury decides that the law is wrong, and so they purposely go against what they think is like. So let's say you stole something, right? And you're just like, but everybody deserves the right to steal that one thing. So then the jury comes up and they're like, nah, he's not guilty. He's innocent. But
That's a
and so
of us.
you're nullifying the law by
Bye, everybody.
Well, you and me. The end of the video. Kind of awkward. Kind of waiting for you to subscribe and you know all that. You know, I'm just gonna head out.